Hey, Bubba, come on. Hey, Bubba. You fucking cat. Damn it. Whatever. Ugh. Freaking cat. Oh boy. Mm, Going fucking. I'm curious here actually if I'm pretty sure I have some primer stuff left. Curious if the purpose around it. Assume so. There's really all I wanted to do like a not a crazy amount of sanding. Mostly kinda getting some of the rough spots off in the drumline shit from yesterday. Kinda. It's a very awkward spot to sand in here. This is a pain in the ass spot. Oh boy. Um, think. I think I might actually get around to priming this up. I'm not really going to be able to find out all of these layer lines if it's not going to be possible in a timely manner. Unless I kind of just want to get most of the large rough stuff out, smooth it out like a clean bit here, and then just kind of smooth everything over with some like spray primer and stuff like that. I really should get this cut here, get these layer lines right here. Give me a second here. Hold on. Damn it, cat. Alright, check and see here real quick if maybe I have the let's see here. Yes, the tarp is here, and yep, awesome. I do have primer as well. Cool. So, once I can get both the cats inside, one of them's already inside. We'll set up and move this over here. I need to. Oh, do I really want to go through all this crap here? And hey, Lusty, how you doing? It's going okay. How about yourself? Just kind of debating as to um if I wanted to go through here with some like filler stuff or just go through and kind of spray it with a primer. The primer will help clear out some of the layer lines, but there's some like larger stuff kind of like this. I mean, I think the seam will probably get filled in, but some of the like the deeper parts of them, I'm debating as to if I should try and go through and use some like Bondo filler stuff or just say, you know, screw it and just prime it. I'm kind of on that side of just saying screw it and crevice refinement. Yep, I gotta get these gashes nice and smooth, you know. Just doing office stuff, yeah. Yeah, I've got some other house crap that I need to do here later as well. Our garbage disposal like stopped working, and I had ordered a new one, and it came in, and it'll be a pretty simple swap out because it's the exact same model and stuff. I'm not even gonna have to like swap out the sink part or anything. Basically, just kind of unscrew the little holder thing there and put that in, and that'll be that. But you know, it also requires pulling a bucket out, emptying out the pipe, and other shit like that. And under the sink is a a tight area as well, so that's always fun to be crawling under there on your hands and knees and like on your back, just to like be looking upwards and stuff. Yeah, but I mean that's pretty simple, and it's one of those things as well where it's like technically it's kind of in a way a little bit better to be the one actually responsible and owning for it, because if you're in an apartment complex or something like that, or trying you're renting it out, depending on the landlord or whatever, you'll go through and complain to them, and it either like never gets done or takes ages. So at least at this point, it's kind of like it's your own issue, and you get it done in the timely manner that you can, instead of having to get stuck not being able to do something because it, you know, if you're renting an apartment or whatever, it's just kind of a waste of your money to be able to go through and then to being doing repairs and upgrades on a place you're not like living forever or owning, and then also just kind of it should be the landlord's responsibility type of thing. So pluses and minuses. Gotta maintain the castle. Gotta maintain the butt. Can't be healthy in the castle without manning to the butt. Make sure you get a bidet so you get a nice clean butt, you know? Another form of crevice cleaning. I think I'm gonna go the lazy route. And I'm just gonna prime it up. And I might actually do that here shortly. I just need to make sure I get both the cats squared away. Ah, yeah. Alright. Um, alright. I'm actually gonna go through here and just prime this so to make sure I get Boba inside here. She frickin' Boba. No? What the hell, cat? Usually she'll come running. What the fuck, Boba? Boba! This freaking cat. Alright, yeah, I'm sorry, left it. I'm just trying to get tempt the cat inside here with some food. But I don't even see her. She like pushed the screen door open and snuck out and I don't really want to start going through. Oh, whatever. Fine. just gonna have to. Yeah, Jack, fine. Alright, whatever. Apparently, she's not close enough that she can hear me, so we'll just set up here to. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go through here and set up for. Oh, shoot. Oh, scheiße. Some of this stuff is just not gonna. I'm gonna need to go through here and do multiple coats on this. That's gonna take a bit to dry. And this thing is a pain in the butt because it rolls over. Shoot. Yeah. This is part of the issue in this. It's actually kind of cold today, which is nice weather-wise, but it's gonna take this longer to go through and dry here, which sucks. So it's not gonna be as quick and easy to do multiple coats on or anything like that. I probably should have. I didn't even think of it. I don't. Uh, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have a tiny bit. I should have used this first. I'm a dummy. Whatever. Um, I have white enamel, or not white enamel, white primer, at least a little bit of it here. Um, the white primer would have saved me from having to go through and paint it white again. I just kind of stuck with what we don't have a whole lot, but I mean, whatever. I've got white paint and stuff, so it's not really a big deal on that, but I mean, I guess maybe I can set up a fan, and that might help it dry a bit faster here. Let me grab that box fan here real quick. Not gonna do much, I would assume, but I mean, whatever. Any extra helps, I guess. So sadly, we're just kind of waiting on it to dry here now. Then, which sucks. I mean, I guess doing this gray primer helped with like making sure I got visually. It helps with seeing some stuff, but I mean, whatever. Uh, Man, this thing's like dripping everywhere. This nozzle is like clogged, and it is being a pain. Oh, fuck. Yeah, fuck. So when does the Halloween business get up and running? When people actually want to buy shit for, the actual cost of. Yeah, shit, this can is empty now. Ah, I knew I didn't have much of that. Shoot. Um, maybe if I'm lucky. No, that's just clear enamel, clear enamel, clear enamel, black enamel, Mod Podge sealer, more clear enamel, or like, that's a clear primer. Shoots. Shoot, 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 shoot. I got a ton of gray primer, so I guess I'm just kind of stuck with it then here. But Kiwi and I are going to be trying to do a lot more for like. Okay, Boba, come on inside. Boba, Boba, hey kid, go inside. Um, Shoot, this sucks. I wish I had more white primer. I should have thought of that, but whatever. Is what it is. Um, Seems like I'm just gonna be going through with some paints here afterwards. It's it is clearing or filling up the lines, which is nice. Still got some like so yeah, whatever. We're just kind of stuck with this. Anyway, I was saying we're gonna be trying to do like a YouTube video here with a lot more artsy projects and stuff like that. Just trying to get a lot of more video stuff done just because she does all of her art stuff. I have stuff that I help her with and things, and just trying to, do something with it. I mean, have I told you about the the resin mirror project thing that we're gonna be trying to do here? I'm not sure. I know I've talked with some people about it. I can't remember if I told you specifically though. So like we got multiple video ideas. This is one of them, but this is also like, gonna be a Halloween thing. So it is a lot of like pre-work and stuff like that, but don't think so. Okay, yeah, I can. Um, so there was a person who was talking with her, um, in like early July that was wanting to try and do like um, a project using resonance and mirrors. Basically just kind of wanted like this sort of splash type of design. Uh, and she said she wasn't 100% sure she'd be able to do it, but she'd do some testing, let him know. And so she did a small little test scale thing. Let me find it here. It's around inside here somewhere. Where are you? Alright, and of course, there it is. Alright, so I found it here. So originally what the person was wanting when she was talking with them was like these large mirrors that were like a 2 by 4 foot type of thing. And so it would have like a splash type of setup like this where the mirror would be inside. So she did some testing just to make sure she'd be able to do the pattern thing for it. Just to see if she could get that work. So she did like a little small bottle cap of that. Um, and so I was talking with her like, oh, it'd be cool to have an idea like this with like, but you do like multiple layers. So like one of like, have like one color for this and then do another one that was like a second layer on top of it that was to be like a different color. So we got some smaller mid mirrors. So there's this one and then another one. I have to like take it out of this casing and crap like that, but we're gonna go through and try and do that. So that's something we're gonna try and get done. I mean, because that's really like a really short thing. Because it's really just kind of setting the resin up, letting it cure, doing mixing some color beforehand, mixing the two parts together, let it curing up to a specific point, pouring it over and stuff like that. Um, so it's a pretty simple setup on that. Should be very easy to film, very quick. Unlike this project, which takes ages to go through. Um, So hopefully she'll be able to get that done this month. Then there's another project that is a more complex one, but she has this art fair that is like steampunk themed. So she went to some one that was up in Victor, Colorado. It's like a really small, uh, old mining town type of thing. She went to a thing there. Can't remember. It's like June, I think. Which she had a lot of fun there. I think she sold fairly well as well. But they are doing another art market here. Um, I don't know specifics when. I don't know the dates. She has all of her shit in her calendar. Um, but it's gonna be steampunk themed. So she wants to try and do a like sort of moving sculpture type of thing with some like gears and stuff like that. So that's another project you gotta try and figure out. And then the one after that will be this, like the October video will be Halloween. And she actually still has videos and she never really uploaded anything for that old other um wolf skull. So it'd be like a double double video thing. I don't know how she's planning on she wants to do that, but ugh, I'm really annoyed that I didn't have enough white primer. Should have thought about it. I didn't think I was gonna actually go get around to priming it up today or anything though, so I just kind of figured I'd mostly be doing sanding. It's a little beat up in some spots, but honestly, it's not really like not that big of a deal. I would like to get rid of this line right here and these lines in the back. Everything else, uh, oh, I should get the inside of the eyes here. So I'm actually probably gonna have to go through here and do some more sanding after this primer fully cures. But I'm not gonna do that today because the primer is not gonna cure hard enough fully to be able to go through and smooth out some of the rougher spots. But it would basically just kind of be another sanding of some spots, another coat of primer on those, just to kind of to smooth things out a bit, which I could avoid if I was, going through and sanding everything down crazy from the beginning, but I just Sanding's a pain in the butt. Oh. All right. Um, I don't really know what else to. Always hate the sanding phase of doing drywall. Yeah. Tanya. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's super dusty. Well, and I mean, like with the drywall stuff, I'm sure I know it's even dustier because you're dealing with um like just compressed powder rock type of stuff. But I mean, the nice part at least about that, I assume you have like an automatic sander type of thing that you're using that like, and it's just flat walls and stuff, so at least it's easy sanding. But the dust for sure is shit. Absolutely. Going through and doing the sanding on this is both dusty and also very annoying because it's really hard to do any of this, like the curves and other stuff like that with any type of automatic stuff, just because it's uh such small areas at a time because but yeah. Though I've heard with like drywall stuff with when you're doing the sanding stuff, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on, because I assume with you're talking about like the plaster putty stuff that you're using like on top of the paper in between the drywall to like smooth out the cracks. Well, I mean, you're always gonna have the holes as well. I forgot. Yeah, from having to push the nails into the studs and shit like that for sure. Yeah, drywalling is hard for sure. It's especially if you have like weird measurements for stuff and then you're having to deal with, dealing with the holes for outlets and light switches and shit like that. It for sure is a pain. I've not had to do a full room or anything like that, but I've um, done some stuff with trying to help out friends and just even also as like a little kid when my dad was doing some remodeling stuff in the basement a long time ago. So I was doing like, I mean, we were putting in tiles and doing the putty and putting in drywall blocks and shit like that. Not a lot of it, but it was for sure a pain. Some spots of this are dry, but yeah, yeah, same. Which is, I mean, it's good that it's, kind of it's a fairly basic skill, so, but, it's also kind of the thing where it's, if you're not doing it all the time, it's going to be messy and a pain in the ass. It's just kind of the way it is. And you'll get it done, and at some point it'll be look good if you put a lot of time and work into it, but if you're not super knowledgeable in it from the very get-go, you run into all different types of mistakes and issues and stuff like that that you have to patch up. And then you have to learn about patching up your mistakes, and you're just in a constant cycle. Oh no. Of course. Shoots. That's what I get for being fucking impatient. Ugh, I hate this back part here stuck, and now it's all. Ugh, it's my own damn faults. But I feel awkward just gonna sitting here doing jack shit, you know? It's not a big deal. It's still got the primer. I'll just, go through, sand it out a little bit here and fix it up. It's just, this is one of those things where it's kind of like when you're watching the stuff online and the time lapses and stuff, this is the stuff that takes, hours because you go through, you paint it once, you let it cure, and then you do another one, and you don't like do multiple layers when things are not fully cured like I'm doing, like a big old idiot. And it's wish it was a bit warmer. It's like if it was yesterday, the temperature was actually nice. It was sunny and kind of hot, so this wouldn't be as big of a deal as it is right now. But it's cloudy. Looks like it'll rain a bit, but I don't know. I mean, it's say maybe it's like 65, 70 or something like that out maybe right now. Curious. What does it say it is? '67 Fahrenheit. So I was right. I was saying like 65 to 70. Fairly high humidity as well, which means that this is just not drying as quickly either. Real crude. And see, this is where if I had like, an actual stream and studio setup type of thing, I could just go in and play some games or something while this was doing its stuff. What's worse? Watching somebody else sand or watching paint dry? That's that's a hard question to answer. They're both very boring. Yeah, but this is a, you know, this is a stream, Musty. Everything's got to be entertaining, you know? It's not like we're sitting around drinking a beer, eating pizza, or watching a movie or anything. I guess I'll do some stretches here, I guess. Oh, oh no. Yep, no, that is still just like it feels solid, but then as soon as I like put any type of pressure on anything, it just kind of goops up. Nothing I can't do shit. Orders pizza. So how do you feel about Hollow Knight? Um, trying to I don't know what even the last boss you were. It seems like from what I've seen, you still got at least probably like maybe half or so to go still, I think. I'm not sure. I haven't really even been around. I don't know if you've even been to like the kind of like the Mantis area or other stuff like that. From what I've seen of like the map, there's still like maybe like three-ish areas that I can recall. The map is fairly substantial in size, so I think you still got a fair amount to go, but I also just haven't been great about at keeping an eye at your map when you've been playing. You're gonna keep only just got to the Mantis. Ah, yeah. Well, and I mean that's part of the thing about it as well is that like you can sort of play it in different orders for certain areas. Like, I mean, there are certain areas that are just basically kind of completely optional. And then also, certain areas that you can get around through in different ways that you don't like. There are sort of key items and abilities that you get that like will allow you into certain spots. Oh, I think you were just talking about the. I didn't see the ability. I think you'd gotten like the ground slam ability or something like that. I think that was over in like the city. Um, the like I don't remember what the place is called, but it's like the water city where there's like the flying bugs and shit like that. Uh, um, I'm trying to think here. It's been quite a while. I don't think the platforming gets like super crazy. It, because I think m- platforming wise, I think you're probably about to hit the sort of the peak of it with like the Mantis area and the area that's after that. Those are probably about the hardest it gets like platforming wise, unless you start going into like because there is like the basic game, but there is also like special extra and um stuff that you can go through. So like there's the main boss that you can fight, but there's also this like basically these um optional items that you have to find that unlock like this additional um harder phase of the boss type of thing. And there's a lot of I don't remember any of the terminology or anything like that, but it's it is kind of like, like a special secret ending type of thing, you know? I did not go through that ending. Um, I didn't end up doing that. I just kind of got distracted with other games and stuff like that, so I just didn't um go through, end up fighting that boss. You have to wall climb. Oh, okay. The Path of Pain, yeah, I think that's kind of like one of the last areas. If I remember, it's like a very sort of black and white, very gray aesthetic with lots of, um, I don't think it's spikes, but something along the ground that you like kills you and shit like that. That's probably about like the hardest area if I recall for platforming wise. Um, and that's okay. That's odd that you got the wall climb mantis thing, but you did not. Because there is like a ground slam ability. It's like I said, it's over along like the right side, lower right. It's actually kind of near the Mantis area. It's like that city. There's like a lot of sort of waterfalls and rain and stuff like that. I can't remember the name of the area, but very sort of gothic architecture type of stuff. And there's a boss in there, if I recall correctly, that you get the like slam ability thing. Yeah, it's odd that I mean if you already like that area from what I recall, at least from when I went through it, I did that area first before I did the Mantis area. The Mantis area is actually kind of rough, truthfully. The Mantis enemies are a pain in the ass. Um, not happy with these eyes here yet. So like there's quite a lot of like layer lines above this. And I'm gonna probably have to go through and sand out some spots right here. It was like starting to I put it on a bit too thick in some spots, and so there's some like drips that are occurring in some spots. I was trying to get it thick enough where like the layer lines would disappear, but and when I move it around to try and like get some. All right, so. All right, this is so exciting. It's such great content, right, Bustin? Amazing content. Here, here is more exciting content. There's a kitty for you. Hi, Boba. Feel bad. Exploiting the cat for content. Stuff I was not even. Just kind of hanging out, letting this dry here. Um, it's going through priming some stuff, and I gotta. It's pretty smooth here now. There's a few spots that are kind of fucked up, but My hands are kind of a mess as well. Oh, alright. Okay. Hey.
Hey, are you awake?
Um,
Like out of bed?
yes, I am.
I'm so I have a really bad migraine. Like I'm trying really hard not to throw up. I can't see. I'm having problems talking. It's really shitty. Um, God, and I'm right in front of the DJ. It's fucking I'm losing it. This market ends in about 2 hours. I know it sucks and it's like an hour drive and I'm really sorry, but would you be willing to come up to help me pack up and get home? Because, like, I don't feel
Okay.
good. Okay. Do you want me to text you the address?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that as soon as we're done with this phone call.
Okay.
If you do come up, um, if you're do you want to just come for the very end? So like arrive at 5, or do you want to? What would you like to do?
I mean, I don't know. I'm
Part
go what?
Because parking's limited, so if you come early, you'll have to park a little bit away from the event, and I can tell you where that parking is. But if you're just showing up at 5 to help me pack up, then it doesn't matter.
I mean, it'll probably mostly be just to help you pack up because I'm
Okay.
working on the mask here.
Okay. Oh God, I'm gonna be sick. All right. I'll text you the thing, the address.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'm sorry you have a migraine. That sucks.
Yeah. If you could bring, um, I have some like big boy ibuprofen somewhere in the medicine
Yeah.
shelf in the plastic thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like little ibuprofen is not gonna be enough.
Okay.
All right, cool. Then I guess I'll see you in a little bit.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh, no, it doesn't really matter, Leslie. I had it on speaker because of the headset, or like I mean, there's nothing major or anything like that, so it's fine. I just need to, end this here in a bit. I didn't bother muting it. It's all right. Okay, I think. Anyway, you said you're gonna head out to go make the dinner stuff, so yeah, catch you around, Leslie. No, yeah, I appreciate the heads up, though, Leslie. Thank you for that. I kind of figured as soon as she was calling me that I knew she was at a market today, so I was kind of assuming it was gonna be a hey, can you help me come pack up stuff? Alright. So Aznaku, what you been up to? Saw you were hanging out over in Kraken Stream, trying to kind of kill him with snakes. Survivor games. What type of games you playing? You still working on the little stream game project thing as well? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played Valheim with the spawning system stuff. I my issue with that spawning system is that it was all bit based, which I mean is nice because it's money, but I also kind of just um wish that there was actually kind of something like that 7 days that Kraken had, where it's there's you have either the extension points or you have like channel point redeems and stuff like that, but that one that had the bits spawn stuff was kind of like the best one that I had found that had like a lot of different options and stuff like that. There was another one that was like a redeem based one, but it only had like it had a lot fewer options for being able to do stuff. So I'm not sure. Possibly, if I remember correctly. I mean, because I know I'm trying to remember the specifics of, but yeah. Well, and I guess that's something I've not something I specifically looked into a lot with the because I know there's um the like blurps and sound effect stuff that uses you know either bits or channel points type of thing. Um, but this is something where I wasn't sure is like the way that sort of the infrastructure part of the bits works, where it's kind of like, yeah, you see there's that like the cooldown stuff, but if I recall correctly, within the like Valheim overlay thing, there was a way to have um cooldowns on those. So they're like, while the bits specifically don't have, there is ways, usually at least with extensions like that, where the spawn ability or whatever specific, like that it kind of prevents you from spending bits until a cooldown on that is gone or something. If I recall correctly, I don't know. It's kind of varies quite a bit. Uh, oh boy, so exciting. Um, keep getting new ones and not finishing the old ones. Yeah, that's always how it goes with stuff. Getting that good old fashioned scope creep. Well, that or also just kind of it's kind of a persistent issue where it's always like going through and making something like the very basic bare bones of something is usually the fast, quick, easy part, and getting the polishing final, it's like the saying goes, the last 10% takes 90% of the time. Just going through doing all the bug fixing, all the weird odd case issues, or just fixing bugs, making everything look nice and all that other stuff. It takes so much time to go through all that stuff. And it kind of just goes for everything. The polish fucking sucks. You like the bug part, but the final publishing part, you kind of lose interest. Okay. Oh, these headphones, are hurting my ears. Ah, this is gonna suck here as well, because I don't think you were around, Oznaku, but I was complaining to Lusty that didn't have enough white primer. So I ended up just using the big can of gray stuff that I have, and it just, the skull was going to be white, so I'm going to have to go through and paint over this with white, which is going to be a pain in the butt. Though, like, just being able to kind of take my time and go through with this in the primer is, I don't know if definitely hides all those layer lines really well. So it looks pretty good. It's really just kind of a few slight troublesome spots, which really kind of just take multiple passes to get looking alright. And even then, they're not like that stuff isn't terrible. It does kind of look just a little bit like natural um this side needs to get sprayed here though again. This quite a few layer lines showing up on there. Let's see. Doing one of those dark streams so I could still be active, but then someone suggested add a visual that turned into another idea. Okay. Yeah, I know there's that little, like, scaling circular asteroid looking thing that would, like, go inwards. I assume, was that the thing you were talking about that you were? Yeah, there's been some stuff that I was wanting to do for, like, visual things, just trying to, like, code up and set up shaders and other stuff like that. Kind of like how Bits has his stuff with how you can do like the um just the spectrum VFX or other things like that. But it's a bit weird on going through doing those type of setups because you basically either have to code shaders directly into OBS, and there are some plugins that you can use for doing shaders, or I mean, what Bits has the kind of like shaders that he does through OBS. And I mean, I know he has like the webcam that goes through OBS as well, but and it's just kind of like, I don't specific, or the webcam going through Unity, and that's all like all of his stuff is within Unity and is basically just like one Unity window that feeds into OBS. I don't know how he does the desktop part though, which is, I assume, because that part gets affected by the shaders as well. So I assume it's something similar with the webcam where there's like a window capture or something like that within his Unity scene or something. Yeah, the heat map. Yeah, there's a lot of potential for doing stuff, and I I get caught in kind of the same thing where it's just, you know, you have an idea for something and then because quite a while back, before I'd even known about the Sammy thing, and I mean, I think you were around. I know at that time. I don't know if you were ever work around when I was like working on it and trying to do it, but I was trying to get like a overlay game thing set up within Godot, basically kind of like a um an interactive chat thing where, you know, if I had like a BRB screen set up, that I would set up that little game to step away for a little bit, and you would basically kind of do the same, you know, those old school like 2D games where you would type in or like set your angle and power, kind of like Worms, but like the older school ones, like I think there was like Artillery or something of that sort. I had sort of a similar idea that I wanted to do, but it was actually going to be sort of um, with basically in space where you would have like planets and the sun and other stuff like that. So you'd have like a gravity well, and so you would shoot something that would like circle around and all this other type of stuff. So I wanted to get that set up where it would, you know, you would choose to spawn yourself in the game and uh, type in your angle and power and all this other type of stuff. And I got the very basics of it working, and then it got to the point where I was kind of like, um, the plugin I was using for Godot had some functionality that I did not have functionality that I wanted, where it was kind of like I wanted it to be able to pull the user photo and just like play and put that as like the little planetoid circle, just so it was like quick and easy. You could find your user photo on there, because all it was doing was just like spawning just basic colored ones and stuff. But so I was wanting to, yeah, you saw it, yeah, okay. Um, and now with the Sammy, it's totally possible that I could kind of set up an integration between those two, where I get like Sammy to pull usernames from the chat and kind of build a folder with the usernames and their photos for their accounts, and and then have Godot pull that and stuff like that, but it's a lot of work, and I'm lazy. Because I don't think the plugin that I used has been updated or anything like that to be able to pull up any of the new Twitch stuff. It was kind of old and a bit out of date as it was when I was using it, so because Twitch had like recently updated their APIs and other stuff like that, and Godot's now on like a newer version with the 4.0 and stuff, so I have no idea as to if that plugin is compatible. And last I had seen, even when I was using it then, it hadn't been updated in months and stuff like that. No, I didn't try pulling in emotes at all. Twitch has an annoying white background in place of the transparency on their emotes. Oh, I didn't know that. That's dumb. Does it pull like JPEGs or something like that from Twitch then? Because I mean, if they're not, I could understand that if it's pulling JPEGs, but I mean, I would assume if it's, PNGs and shit like that, I mean, I guess it depends maybe on like, thought JPEGs had a alpha channel for transparency stuff. But nah, I've not tried to do any API pull stuff for like emotes or anything like that, so it's really weird that that happens, even though when you like upload them and stuff like that, that you're using your standard, PNG and alpha channels and shit like that. So it's just really odd that Twitch would basically encode the emotes into a separate format and have like the white background and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's I mean, I've seen other things use emotes and stuff like that. You know, there's that whole, like, little bouncing fighter overlay thing, and that has, like, transparency and stuff like that to it, so... But, I mean, if all emotes have the white background stuff, they easily could just kind of do the, you know, some type of filter onto it to have the white be masked out. But that's I don't know, that seems weird. That I mean, I've never paid close attention, but if like a white, I mean, there could be maybe. I guess it really just kind of depends on how the emote is like grabbed from Twitch, like what file types they're using and stuff. Because I thought I recall seeing some white on some of those emotes with that like overlay thing, but I mean, it's not like I've actively looked for it. I will now that you've mentioned it, so because I'm kind of curious. Because if there was like parts for, you know, like eyes or other stuff like that, those would be being turned transparent if they were just kind of doing the basic white um, mask on all emotes. So there's... It's really weird. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's... There's... Yeah. Yeah, you would assume that would just be like a... No, it's 5, 6, and 7. 3 is probably going to be further down that way. Oh, shoot. Alright. Um... Um, but I don't know. I think I might just call it here. I need to get ready here in a little bit for like a half hour and take off over to pick up help Kiwi from her thing. So I need to like clean stuff up and really just kind of sitting here doing nothing. But nobody's really online here for me to raid that I frequent. I don't know. Oh, what am I gonna do? Um, yeah. Uh, one more coat. This takes fucking forever. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I have to leave immediately. Really, the main thing would just be kind of probably mostly even just washing my hands. I could just kind of drive over. I just most of this is all good, I think. I'm debating. Um, if I want to, after this is cured, kind of just sand through the cracks here again, just to kind of dig them out a little bit, because they're not as deep as I would like, and the primer kind of filled it in those a little bit more than what I was wanting. It's mainly doing the primer just to kind of get rid of the layer lines and stuff. I don't know. This is one of those things where it's kind of a thing of like I could consistently go through, just keep going over the same parts over and over and over and over again, just trying to get things to at like a higher and higher level polish, and at some point I need to just kind of say fuck it and just move on type of thing. Like the one part, I mean, the cracks are like the one part that it's like, okay, whatever, not a huge deal. This back part am not happy with. I don't, this line along right in here, and then kind of the layer lines right here, and just kind of like the blobbiness of this, but I need it to be solid and like fully cured. And I mean, there is some like lines along like this here, right here and here, that I could go through and try and sand and recoat and buff out a little bit more as well. The issue is that this primer's, because it's kind of a cold day. I mean, not really cold, just not hot like it was yesterday. This primer takes longer than normal for it to like cure and harden up. I don't know, man. am am annoyed by the three lines here. And honestly, it's like this is the type of thing where it's like most people probably wouldn't even notice. Especially after going through and coat, like painting it and other stuff like that. It's just going to be the type of thing where it's like most people will just see it and be like, oh, that, and they'll see it from a far enough distance that it's kind of like, oh, yeah, it doesn't really matter. That's cool. So, um, well, so here's the plan, Osnoco. I'm not sure if you've been around when I was mentioning it. So the skull is going to be white. I just only had gray primer to go through and fill in lines and stuff like that. So I am going to go through, paint the skull white. Um, the, I'm going to paint it, I'm going to mix it with like a little bit of white, or like mostly white and like a little bit of like glow in the dark white, maybe some type of like additive to make it a little bit fluorescent um, in the dark. And then all of these lines, what I'm going to go through and do, I'm going to do two passes. One is going to be kind of a larger thing where, oh, it'll kind of reach out a little bit like this, like you know, a centimeter or two on each side. That's going to be a light blue, and then the inside of the crack is going to be a dark blue. Both of those are also going to be glow in the dark, but those are going to be like a stronger glow in the dark. So I'm hoping to try and make it look where both like out in the sun, you know, that there's a aura around the cracks of like the blue color that make it look like it's glowing, and then in the dark that would glow on that as well. So that's the plan here on those. So yeah, they will pop out more um after I I go through and paint everything and stuff. I should have either waited or just fucking gotten more white primer instead of doing the gray stuff here. But I guess the gray does help a little bit with seeing issues on some parts with the lines. It does make it a bit more visible, whereas like with the white primer, it probably was going to make it harder to see areas that weren't getting coated as well with the primer. So I guess the gray is not necessarily a bad thing in that. It's, it's just it's additional work for having to paint over it. Though I guess actually even if I had used the white primer, I was still gonna have to paint over it with like the idea I had with like this slightly glow in the dark white anyway. So whatever, I guess it's really the only issue is that it's probably gonna take a little bit extra paint to make sure the gray gets coated. So it'll just take like, it won't be as easy. Though, once again, that's another thing of like the gray undercoating actually makes it good in that I can tell that the whatever white I painted is going to be like a solid coating on it as well. So, now that I've like talked myself through both of those, I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, the gray primer was actually, you know, inadvertently a good idea. Yeah, that part's still. Yeah, so like I can kind of see along writing here on this side. I don't know if it even picks up on the camera that like some parts for the layer lines don't weren't as solid as I was hoping, or like the primer didn't fill in as much. But I also wasn't gonna spend, fucking 12 hours sanding this entire thing. There's no plans for the inside. I mean, this part right here is just gonna be some pads. Um, so, foam and some straps to wear it as a helmet. There's nothing planned for like the inside there or anything like that. And I don't even have mouse traps at all of any type VG, so I mean, you're already getting free feet pics, so is that not enough? Did you have an idea, Azunaka? Yeah, no. Um, I mean, I know with the other helmet, Huey had bought some like smaller sort of lights along the inside of it. I mean, I don't know if I have any pictures of that one, at least with like the lights and stuff. Yeah, no, I don't have pictures of the other one with the lights in it or anything. Because with the other one, it was she had some like cheap LED lights that she had like rimmed the inside of the other eye and stuff like that. So I mean, could maybe do something similar along like this in the inside here, this rim, uh, type of thing, just to have some lights along on the inside of that so it kind of glows as well. I don't know if we'll end up doing it, maybe. I think the ones that she bought were pretty cheap, so. But I know those were like a white stuff that they've got, so I don't know if because she was talking about how she's trying to go for a more like gray, blue, black theme on this. You only briefly watched a video of latex mask. Um, how a solid one is constructed on the inside. Oh yeah. Um, I mean, I've seen different ways that people do. I mean, the issue with this one, like, there's no, this doesn't even have eye holes. Like, the way that this one's set up is just that it's, and this was an issue with the other one as well. It's just, it's so large, and because of this area right here, this kind of, this spot, it's really only going to be like sideways peripheral views for stuff. Um, unless you're like lifting it up and kind of like, looking like that. But it's the way that I've seen other costume people cosplay stuff do it. There's different ways where they'll either use like, there's three main ones that I've seen where they use like a sort of like a metal mesh, and they have that like a black metal mesh for the eyes, or they'll use like a acrylic, so like like a, excuse me, they'll use like black acrylic that has been molded inside or whatever. And then there's also, you can use like the stretched out fabric. I don't remember the fabric type or anything, but since like that really super stretchy fabric, so they'll go through and like have some black stuff for that, and they will stretch that over the eye holes as well. So they're all things that are like fairly black, but still transparent enough that you can kind of see through it in different ways. So those are the ways that I've seen people disguise um, eyes or like holes in masks and costumes and stuff. But this one is going to be simply a, yep, you're not going to see shit. So you have to look around like a bird. Yeah, basically, basically. Oh, it's starting to rain. Well, Luigi, it wasn't a mousetrap, but I stepped on frickin' one of the like LED bulb covers, and the plastic ones that have, like, there's only one around that like apparently got knocked off of Kiwi's frickin' uh LED strings. So there we go. I stepped on a trap. thankfully it's just plastic and it was already kind of like sun damaged and brittle. Actually, no, I don't have Legos. I haven't had Legos in a long time. Though I am basically kind of done with this priming stuff here for now. Really, so it's kind of just letting this last coat do its thing. And what time is it here? 3:57. Yep, and Rebecca was saying it's gonna take like an hour to go to her little event thing that she needs me to help her pack up on. So probably gonna call it here and go raid Mr. Lusty Bard again. I know it wasn't as long. Well, it was longer than I can talk. At least I was around here longer for you this time, VG. Sorry I don't have any mousetraps or Legos to step on. But at least, you know, like I said, you got free feet. I can talk. I can totally fucking talk. At least you got free feet pics. Alright? So be happy. But anyway, I need to take off here, so appreciate y'all hanging around. I will catch y'all around later. Have a good one.